What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I want to send so much love and happy birthday wishes to actor Keith David. If you guys are new here, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. But Keith David, he is such a presence. Like his voice is so distinctive. It's a really deep voice. It reminds me a little bit of James Earl Jones. But he's an American actor. He is a commanding screen presence, and he's been in over 300 roles, film, stage, and television throughout the media. See, I didn't know that. Like when I was doing a little bit of research about him, he's been in such films as The Thing, Platoon, Dead Presidents, Armageddon, There's Something About Mary, Requiem for a Dream, Pitch Black, Barbershop, Crash, The Chronicles of Riddick, Cloud Atlas, The Nice Guys. He was in Nope with Jordan Peele. And I remember him mostly from Greenleaf. So if you guys remember that show on the Oprah Winfrey Network on OWN, Greenleaf, he starred as Bishop James Greenleaf. He was also really popular in the show Community on NBC. He played Elroy, but he has been in The War in 2007 came out, Muhammad Ali 2021, The Princess and the Frog. Now that I remember. He played Dr. Facilier in Princess and the Frog. Oh my goodness. He played in Goliath on Gargoyles. So he's done a lot of, as you guys can see in the background, he's done a lot of voiceover work for cartoons and animation. So I dug a little bit into his life. He was born today on 1956, and he was born in Harlem, New York City, and raised in Queens. So his mother, Dolores, was a manager at New York Telephone. His father, Lester Williams, worked as a director of payroll operations. So he initially intended to become an actor after playing the Cowardly Lion in a school production of The Wizard of Oz. And he went on to study at Manhattan's High School of Performing Arts. So this school is so famous. I mean, it's amazing the talent that's come out of that school. And then he went on to attend Julliard, which I think Julliard is, I know it's not, you know, I think it is. I think it's one of the most, if not the most, top rated performing arts schools in the world. Like Julliard, I believe, is number one, to be honest. He was in the drama division. He got accepted. You have to audition to even go to Julliard. And he graduated from there with a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in 1979. So he is so talented, and he's been training to be an actor ever since he was a little kid. So that's amazing. So in 1980 through 81, Keith David toured the country with John Houseman's acting company, and he was in productions such as A Midsummer Night's Dream, which is, of course, Shakespeare, and Samuel Beckett's Waiting to Godot. Less than 2 years later, he went on to star opposite of Kurt Russell in John Carpenter's The Thing, and that began his lengthy on-screen career. He was also in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Aw, I love Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, where he portrayed the Southwood Carpenter in neighborhood make-believe segments. He also played Keith, the game coin operator, in an episode where Mr. Rogers and a small child learned to play an arcade game called Donkey Kong. That is a throwback. That's a throwback for real. So, and that began his on-screen career, where he just blew up and, was in so many movies, as I stated earlier. But he was in ATL. I forgot he was in ATL. First Sunday as well. Crash, Agent Cody Banks too. He also portrayed the quote unquote father, if you guys remember that, in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I just made a video about Angelina, and I wonder if, since they worked together, if they knew they shared a birthday. That's really cool. So, yeah, I mean, he's had an amazing, amazing career. He was also Lieutenant Williams on a short lived television series, The Job. He was a regular on another shoot made for ABC entitled The Big House in 2004, where he played Detective Jim Crenshaw. In the 2010 horror film Chain Letter. Keith David is everywhere, y'all. um, and so he also worked extensively as a voice actor. He is the voice of the Flame King in Adventure Time, Goliath and Gargoyles. He was the title character in the Spawn animated series. He was Lemuel in Archer. He played just there's so many. I don't want to read like every single thing that he's done, but I will say that um in addition to the voice work and the acting on screen, he's also worked behind the camera. So he worked with the documentary filmmaker Ken Burns, narrating Burns's Mark Twain Jazz, The War, Unforgivable Blackness, The Rise and Fall of Jack Johnson, Jackie Robinson, and Muhammad Ali. So he not only does, fictional works, but he also works with um, documentaries and non-fictional stories. So he works with, history. He's a big history buff and does the bibliographies of huge names such as Muhammad Ali and Jackie Robinson, which are sports icons, legends in their own right. So in 2004, the PBS documentary Ancient Refuge in the Holy Land, and he did 2005, the History Channel's documentary for the Crusades. Wow. He's also done voiceover work for National Geographic, comic book superheroes unmasked for the History Channel. He was a narrator for the A&E show, City Confidential. I mean, it goes on and on and on. He was worked as the police detective in Alex Cross, the audiobook for James Patterson. So he's done voiceover work, audiobook work, on screen, off the screen, behind the screens. Shout out to Keith David. Like that is an amazing career. Like he recognizes that his voice is a gift from God and is definitely using that to, bless all of us. He was the narrator for the Major League Baseball Network special entitled Mr. Padre, which is a video biography of the San Diego Patriots Hall of Fame outfielder Tony Gwynn. So he's also narrated several WWE documentaries. The true story of WrestleMania. I don't know why I find that so funny, but that is hilarious. And he also received a Tony Award. Good. Shout out to Keith David for Best Supporting Actor in the musical Jelly's Last Jam. He has had an amazing career. He was married twice. He has a son from his first marriage and two daughters from his second marriage. And I'm so happy that, he got into the arts as a young kid and studied at the best schools, the Manhattan High School of Performing Arts and then Julliard. Wow. Happy birthday, Keith David. You have had an amazing, amazing career. And I'm just looking forward to what he has in the future. Drop down in the comments. Let me know if you guys, what is your favorite Keith David film or behind the scenes, right? Voiceover work, which he's done extensively. And please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I will talk with you later. Take care, Aces. Happy birthday, Keith David. Bye.